One of the most difficult, almost impossible thing in the life of man is waiting. Hello there, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be talking about waiting. Not only waiting, but waiting well. How are we expected to wait? Or what are you waiting for? Or who are you waiting for? Is it worth it? Without taking much of your time, let's get started. Someone will be wondering why waiting? Why is she talking about waiting? Well, I am talking about waiting because it illustrates everyone's journey here on earth. Somehow, some way, everyone here on earth, we are on the waiting process in one area or another. While going through the scriptures, I have come to understand and discover that there is two different kind of waiting and two different categories of people. We have those ones are waiting for God and those ones are waiting on God. And we understand that there is a difference between waiting for God and waiting on God. Talking about waiting for God, it means waiting with the purpose of. And when we see the word purpose, we see a specific reason why or an expectation. And waiting on God simply means that being engaged in, okay, I would like to put it this way, being engaged in a relationship with Him or serving Him. Well, we did not come to learn English here. Let's move on. But I did this so that we might get to understand exactly what we are talking about. And today I'll be only talking about waiting for God, which will be my first part, because there will be a second part, which will be waiting on God. I do not know to who I am talking to exactly today, but one thing I know and I am sure about is there is someone out there, you that is listening to me, that is having a list of prophecies, promises from God that they are not fulfilled yet. And you are actually on a waiting process. What am I saying? We are actually on a waiting process because I'm having a whole list of promises from God. One of the thing about waiting is, just as I said at the beginning, it is one of the most difficult, almost impossible thing that one can do. I don't know about you, but for me, waiting, it's not easy. This I know, that waiting is very painful at times, but it's not impossible. Well, I guess our concern here should be, how are we waiting, or what are you doing while waiting, and is it worth it? Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 1 says, I will stand my watch and set myself on the rampart and watch to see what he will say to me and what I will answer when I'm corrected. I don't know if you came across the book of Habakkuk. Well, if you go back to chapter 1, you will see that the guy was questioning God. He was asking God questions. He was actually complaining on how long was it going to take, or how long the situation was going to take. And Habakkuk was a prophet. He was a watchman. A watchman is the man that stands in the gap between God and people. He was a messenger. And this is one of the guys that understood that complaining or questioning God was not going to make the waiting time shorter, but he decided to react differently. What Habakkuk did, he decided to place himself in a position that would enable him to hear and receive from God. He said, I will climb on my watchtower, waiting to see what he will say to me, waiting to see what God was going to say to him. Tell me, how well are you able to wait? Or how expectant are you? And if you had to rate yourself out of 10, how much will you give yourself? As believers, we are called to wait on God on a daily basis, and while waiting, your attitude is very important. One thing I will tell us today is, while waiting for God, let us choose to remain, abide, and hold on to the promise that He gave to us, and stay positive. Every day remind yourself that He that spoke, He that gave that prophecy or that promise to you is not a man to lie, neither a son of man to repent. Whatever He said, it shall come true. It shall come to pass. Thank you so much for watching. In my next video, still in the first part, which is waiting for God, I'll be talking about why are we waiting for God, or what are we doing while waiting for Him, and is it worth it? Stay tuned for more. Do not forget to like, share with your friends and families, comment, and if you are new on my channel, do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you might be notified every time I upload new videos. As for me, I will see you in my next video. Bye. Stay beautiful and blessed.